brother?
I am Basant Sarangi from Mumbai.
Tell us how you became involved with
Yes.
Ananda Marga.
I'm in Mumbai for a long time, and Margi by my family, all my members are Anand Margi. Especially my father. Father started this journey long back, like I remember 1967, something like that. When one dada came to our city. We are basically from Jharkhand, and my father, my family were staying there. And my father was very much against the Swami and all, because he has some sort of feeling that these are all mm, with Orthodox. He doesn't believe, and he don't want to do all this. But one day, one Swami came. I remember his name. That is Shraddhanand actually. Shraddhanand used to come and meet Babaji, and gradually they become very friendly to each other. And he said, "Ki I'm not here to teach you something, or I am not here to guide you to go somewhere or join Marga. I am here to teach your sons English, because I have a good English." That's what he said. And that was the way he entered to our family, and Babuji liked his thoughts and his feelings, and about the Anand Marg, he knew about that. After that, there was one another Swami came, Apurvanand. I don't know if he is still there. I don't think so. But he has given a very good impact in our family's memory, in mind. Because he is the person who convinced Babuji to arrange a place in Simdega. Simdega is a place in Jharkhand, and that time it was Ranchi district. Babuji was playing tennis there in club, and he came. Everybody was scared ki if Babuji will take interest in this Swami, but he said ki no, 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 let him come, and he met him and and discussed. That time he agreed to arrange a place just behind the clubhouse. It was a small place, vacant for a long time. And that place he arranged for them. So from there, they started their school and everything, Anand Marg. And the journey of Anand Marga, Babaji started from there. In that school, they were looking forward for children's. The Simrega is a sub-divisional place, so there was one SDO. So he involved him, being a government, so that they should get some subsidy from the government and all. He invited him for a meeting. In that meeting, everybody was there. All the rich people who can contribute for school and all that way. And some educated people also who are elite in that area. And they came there and started thinking for their school. So that time Babaji told ki who are the people willing to give their children to this school? Who are the first person to start this? Everybody says ki you should start from your own family instead of asking us to start. Then Babaji agreed. ठीक है. I have 4 sons, and all the 3 sons were in a higher school, so they can't come back to the small one. So I have a youngest son. That was me actually that time. So he said, "Ki, theek hai, I will allow him to go and start his study there as a nursery or maybe preschool sort of thing. I'll convince him. If he's ready, then I'll send him." So the moment he said, "Ki, I will be sent to that school," many non-people started giving their children there. And that is the starting of the school, Ananda Marga School in Simdega. So that is the first thing he did. And the journey started. Actually, previously, Babuji was the follower of communist, because he was a roommate of Mr. A.R. Sarangi. Both of them were together in law college, Patna, that way. But they somehow came back to Anand Marg, and because of the teachings, because of their thoughts, he agreed. I remember once we went to Ranchi to see Baba, first time. That time I was only 6 years old. And Baba's son, Gautam, was in standard 1, and I was in KG 1, actually. And in Anand Marga school, I was there that time. So there was a small room in Ranchi Jagrati, wherein we all were sitting in ground, and there was a place, a dais sort of thing, for Baba to sit there. When Baba came, everybody got up and received him, and Baba was sitting in the dais, and his sandal was opened by all the Maghis present there. And even my Babaji ran, jumped to touch his feet. Everybody was there to support, to open the sandal that way. I was sitting in front along with this Baba's son Gautam, because we were playing together outside, no? So we went up in the front row and sitting there. But I didn't feel like touching Baba's sandal, because from my childhood, I never used to go to temple. And because I don't know why I didn't go anywhere. My parents used to go, but I used to stand outside and sit there. And I didn't feel like touching Baba's sandal and open it the way others are doing. So that time Baba saw me and smiled, and then called me. What's your name? I told, because I was studying in Anand Marga school, and they have taught me, if somebody asks you name, you should say, "Sir, my name is so and so." So I said, "Sir, my name is Basant Sarangi." So he said, Baba said, "Do you know what is the meaning of Sarangi?" I was mummed and said no. Then Baba told, if anyone can explain the meaning of Sarangi. Everybody was mummed, even my father, because no one had the guts to speak or speak out their thoughts before Baba. There was one person, one Magi, who was double MA, but still he kept quiet. Baba was knowing he is so knowledgeable person. Why is he not commenting in this? He asked, कि चलो जी तुम तो डबल MA हो, तुम बता सकते हो? He talked in Hindi. But he said, Baba, I don't know. I don't know. That's what he said. Then Baba explained that Sarangi is actually meaning has a person who knows all the 6 Vedas of Hindu. That way he explained. So that was the beginning. Even I knew the meaning of my name, and Baba smiled and we started. So I was very happy to meet him. And that was my first interaction with Baba. And he then touched me and said, Ki jao. He said some shlokas in his mind. He whisper, I listened, and then he told me to sit down. That was the beginning. After that, we started learning lessons and all that way, as usual, as everybody was doing. I didn't know why I'm following Ananda Marga. I was following because my parents were following. But when I came back to Bombay to do my job, business, or actually I came Bombay to study my further studies for UPSC and all. But my real journey with Ananda Marga started in Bombay when there was a team of people came from Calcutta to do the Rava program in Bombay. They had planned that every year we will plan one cultural program in Bombay. And that was the first program. So being a secretary that time, cultural secretary of Rava, I have been also called for a meeting with S.S. Goenkaji, dada, who was chairman that time for Rava. In his office, we went there. There I met Haratmanan Dada, who was the cultural program. He was arranging that. And I met many people. And Goenkaji came. Then we planned and we did a wonderful program there in Bombay. So that was an impact on my mind. And I started meeting them frequently for that program. In the next program, Dada Bhavesanand came to Bombay for that program. And I met him for the first time. And I was really very impressed with his personality, aura, and thoughts. He also convinced me to participate in this program. And I really started doing along with him for the collection of money and all and planning. There were a lot of things to do. And I suggested some chief guests for Bombay because that time I was in the media. I was in media. And I have a lot of people whom I know who can contribute something for our cultural committee. So my participation started from there. My interest also was with cultural things because somehow I had some sort of interest in cultural activities, music and all. My Acharya, Kalyanaswaran Dada, who has trained me, my lessons and all, he has given me an interest on Prabhat Samgiit. Because I didn't feel like reading books of Baba because I thought these are all typical books of religious communities. But some books I read which were very interesting. And that also I knew from somebody else. One of my I can't say friend because he was very senior to me. He was in government department and was in US and searching for a very good book on Tantra. So somehow he was also Magi by, by choice. And he was very much close to Dada Bhavesananda. Because I remember once when he came to Bombay, I had introduced them and I arranged a meeting with him in his office, that too in government office. I was very surprised. He, being a government employee, he is not scared to call Dada in his office, that too income tax. Because income tax is such a department which is very suspicious department. Even in my family also, many people are there in income tax, but they didn't have the guts to call dadas in their office. They used to scare because Ananda Marga has a different image in government. When the Mrs. Gandhi was there, Congress was there, but still I found this person whose name is Taranand. Taranand, I remember, he was commissioner that time income tax. He called Basant to bring him to my office and we'll meet there. That way, I introduced Bhavesananda to Tarananda in his office and they chatted together and nice meeting. And then they had got some planning for next program. So this is the way how things started affecting me. And once Taranand got retired, he went sometime abroad. And in abroad, he was searching books on Tantra. And he called me from there. Basant, can you suggest me some good book in Tantra? I was not aware. Baba has also some books on that. Then somehow he searched some book in Google and I was surprised. And then told me, Basant, you know that Baba has 2 volumes on Tantra. So can you find out those 2 books? I'm like, of course, Dada, I will find out. And he sent me the name and details. So then I talked to Goenkaji Dada, his office, and tried to find out if he has the copies. And he said, yes, I have. And I'll give it to you. I'll send it to you. In his office, someone was there. I forgot his name. He has arranged me to get those 2 books. And I physically went there and gave it to him in his office when he came back from US. In that time, I told Dada, Goenka Dada, he gave me one copy to me also. Because if it is so good, even I should read that book. And I got it, and I read those 2 books. Not both the books, not both the volumes, but one volume I started reading. And I really found so nice, so deeply explained tantras that I was mesmerized to read it. And it has given me a good impact in my life to start. So I suggest all the Magis to study those books because Marga has the backbone of these things, Tantra. Tantra has a Tantric Guru na Baba. So we must read those 2 books. One story I want to explain you or tell all the Margis that happened to me actually. And I realized that time Not that time, but now I realize all those things happened because of some Guru Kripa to us. I remember we went for the first time in DMS in Daltonganj. Daltonganj is a place in Bihar, close to Ranchi. So Dada told us, he told my parent to go and attend because we have not yet gone to any of the DMS. So Bauji agreed. Okay, we'll go. And then we started from Simdega in a bus. Well, my Babaji was a very humble person, very nice, very down-to-earth person. So he always traveled in bus, and and because, and Ranchi we went. Ranchi said from there was a place Churu, Kudu. Kudu is a place. From there we need to change the bus to Daltonganj. So Kudu we stayed. So once we got down from the bus and stayed for tea and coffee, something like that, to take another bus for Daltonganj. Suddenly, after half an hour, Babuji and we realized that one bag we left in the bus that we had earlier. So Babuji was very shocked. And immediately somebody told, no, don't worry, that bus goes to Ranchi only. So you can go to Ranchi and find out the things. So Babuji, without looking back, he took the another bus for Ranchi and went Ranchi and told us to sit there only in the tea stall. The small hut was there to sit. We were three people, me and my elder brother, Hemant, who is elder to me only 2 years. I was that time 6 year old and Hemant was only 8 year old. And Ma was there managing us. And Babuji went there. And it was another 3 hours journey to Ranchi from there. So by the time he reached Ranchi and asked the bus owner if I have missed my my bag there in your bus, so can you just find out and give it to me? Like, you are Sarangi, na? Like, yes, I'm Sarangi. Bataya mere ko driver. That's what he said. The driver told me there was when Mr. Sarangi was there from Simlega, his bag is left here, so I'm keeping it here. So he returned back the bag. After the bag is returned to him, my Babaji, he immediately came and rushed to Kudu. And that time he realized कि अरे हम तो कुछ बोले ही नहीं, कुछ किए नहीं. I don't know how they were staying there that way. And in this side, where my brother and Ma was there, we were completely silent and scared because Ma was also very simple, never went outside without my Babuji. So, but he was very bold that time. No, okay, we will stay here. And we didn't had anything since afternoon. And it is around, by the time Babuji came back, it was around 8 o'clock. And Babuji came back with the bag. And we were so thrilled. Now we can go to DMS that way. So all this happened. We got the bag. Babuji came back safely. We were there unhurt by anybody, or nothing happened to us that is odd to us. And then we took another bus. Immediately we got another bus and we reached Daltonganj. And there, again, another incident happened because we were four people now. So four people cannot sit in one rickshaw. In rickshaw, only two people can sit. So we took two rickshaws. In one rickshaw, Babuji took my elder brother, and in one rickshaw, I and Ma was sitting together. So we started together, and we told our rickshaw, He followed that rickshaw that is going with my papa. But somehow, somewhere we missed each other, and Babuji का जो रिक्शा था वो आगे चला गया. And then we lost. Or now we don't know the address, where to go. Only Babuji had the address to go. So Ma was very scared. कैसे करेंगे? We don't know anybody here in Daltonganj. I was too small to handle the matter. But she was completely praying Baba, 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 that way. And then she said, Ki rickshawala, go to the place where the Swamiji is there and they are doing some puja that way. So he said, Ki Baba, I don't know kahan par hai, kya hai. So that time there was some darkness in the street. So she said, Ki tum idhar se kyun nahi ja rahe ho? Go to the right road. He said, Ki madam, hum log sahi rasta ja rahe hain. That way he explained. Then suddenly we heard Baba Nam Kevalam Kirtan was going on loudspeaker. The place was very small, na? So we started listening the Baba Nam Kirtan. Ma immediately jumped and told, go to the place where the Baba Nam Kirtan is going on. Because, madam, hum kaise jane kahan par ho raha hai? But somehow he managed to go to the place where the Kirtan was going on in loudspeaker. And we reached here from this side. And from the other side, Babuji and my elder brother came from the other side because they have been taken from the wrong route to that place. Somehow we reached together and met there in the DMS camp. And there we met on one Magi, Bhola was there, Bhola Babu was there. He received us. He called कि आप सारंगी हैं सुनलेगा से हाँ सुनलेगा सारंगी है. And then दादा लोग सब झूम गए बाद में. And then they have all taken us to the camp, and that journey started for the DMS. Inside, they said, you go first to the room. Bhola Babu has offered us a place to stay in his place only. We went there, we kept bag and came back to the camp that way. So, that was an incident. So, we came back to do the darshan DMS mein. That time they asked us in the gate, because those days, unless you do something from Ananda Marga, you can't come inside the camp and see Baba Darshan. They asked, what are you doing? They asked Babuji. Babuji bole, bhai, I don't know, kya karna hai? So somebody told Dada, Kyari Dada, aap bol dijiye na, Eros mein karte hain karke. Means you are doing something in Eros. Eros means education. Because you have started school, no? Bole कि हाँ, yes. Then he said Eros. फिर उनको entry मिल गया. Then we all went inside. And I still remember the food that we had there. It was a dudhi we say here in Bombay, and kaddu we say in Jharkhand. Huh? Bottle kraut was cooked very so nicely, simple steamed one, and with puri. It was so tasty because we didn't had lunch, we didn't had anything since noon. So it was so tasty, and we had it, and then we went for the darshan to Baba. So now I remember all these things happened so nicely, so decently, so safely. It is not without of anything else but Baba's grace. I must say it. And unless you have the grace of Baba, nothing can happen this way. This is all like seeing a movie. It all got rewinded when I started telling this story to you. This is my feeling. That's all. That is a journey I still remember, and I must say it to you as I told, and I request everybody to do good things in Anand Marg and get the grace of Baba. Thank you. Thank you, Dada. Namaskar. Namaskar.
Namaskar. Thank
There are
you.
many stories actually. Namaskar. Thank you, Dada. There is one more story. Can I tell, Dada?
Yeah,
One story only,
one more.
very small. There was another incident in another DMS actually. My elder brother Sarat Sarangi, who was studying for UPSC actually and passed UPSC. So that time he was giving exam actually. So Babuji and Ma told ki Sarat, we have to go to one DMS in Midnapur that time, DMC in Midnapur. Midnapur is in West Bengal. So that time only Sarat was available. We were studying outside. So Sarat Bhaiya told कि भाई I have exam of that to UPSC exam that is supposed to be the most toughest exam in India. तो लेकिन अभी कैसे जाएं? But still he agreed. He went along with him because he didn't have any faith on Ananda Marg because he was not read anything in Anand Marg, no. So, but he still followed them because he had duty to take them to DMC and do the needful for puja and all that way. So when he went there, Datanganj, so he saw कि when Baba was in dais, there was a black cloud outside, and it was like it will burst any moment actually. But Baba was giving lecture, and he is not stopping his lecture by anything that is happening outside. And every time he keeps seeing in the sky as if he is telling something to the sky, clouds and all. So Bhaiya was experiencing as if ki Baba is stopping the cloud to get burst. And it happened really. And it didn't burst unless and until Baba finished his lecture and got down and stepped inside his chair, in his car actually. The moment he got inside his car, it was raining like cats and dogs. And every pandal was flooded. So Bhaiya realized, Socho, see, it means that Baba has stopped that cloud